Hey guys, Brian, the Liver G the Goods here. Sorry for my scratchy throat. Kinda, it's a little scratchy mostly, and I'm pretty tired too. But I wanted to come at you for this movie review because I got a chance to check it out for myself to see what I was going to think of it. And this is for the 2023 film Talk to Me that I got a chance to watch myself for the hour and 34 minutes or 35 minutes of a runtime. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for this 2023 film and let you know my thoughts on Talk to Me. So let's dive into this movie review. Now, basically, the character Mia, then there's Jade, I think Daniel's another one, Riley. Most of this movie focuses its attention on Riley, the rest of it mostly, because apparently there's this thing called a hand that has wording on it, and it looks like a dead, infested hand. It just looks like a weird hand mostly. And what you do is play a game and say, talk to me, and then you say, I let you in, and it's some weird, fucked up shit mostly. The first, 30 minutes, it felt a little stupid with the decisions they were making. Excuse my yawning. It felt stupid with some decision making from what the characters were deciding to do and letting this go on and playing a game, and eventually it comes to a point where you're gonna let too much evil shit in and you're gonna regret it, basically. So yeah, it's the characters' decision making in this film is that's the only critique I have with it. The overall plot and the premise is not bad. I would say this was my favorite film this year, but I would just say the rest of the story took off in a more interesting way, where I was really interested on what happened with the rest of the film. But the overall premise, I think was fine, but it's just, I think it was a decent movie. The rest of the movie, pretty much Mia is trying to get Riley back, and he's being tortured by these evil spirits after he banged his head so hard and other things like that, where he was all bloody on his head and his face was all fucked up. So it was really awful to see that, but that was the most freakiest thing. But the rest of the movie, excuse my honey, the rest of the movie just surprised me, and instead of, you'll be surprised with the ending on what happens, but overall, I think the movie is probably decent, at least. It's not the worst film I've seen this year, it's just, it had somewhat of an interesting story, but it's the characters' decision making in this film that kind of was a little ridiculous from time to time. But I think they kind of played around too much with it, where they did let evil shit in. And they regretted it. So for a score for me, I'm giving Talk to Me a 7 out of 10. Decent movie. Not my favorite movie that I've seen this year, but it didn't have a bad premise. It's just mostly the rest of the movie took off in a more interesting way. And all I can say is be surprised with the ending. That will surprise you. You will just be like, what the fuck? That's kind of going to be your reaction to the very end of the movie. But the overall movie is decent. So 7 out of 10 for Talk to Me. It's a decent film. It's not something I'd come back to, but it'll be on my decent to good movies by the end of the year. Thank you guys for watching this movie review.